We are live for Spirit Season. Ah! Oh my goodness, we're on day 9. It's pretty unbelievable. I've just whipped on my hat. It is Sunday here in New Zealand. It is 11:01. We've got the 111s already. So if you're jumping on, come and say hello. This is Spirit Season. This is 12 days of really raising your vibration, evidential mediumship, as well as spiritual teachings. I am beyond excited to be here with you. We have already had 8 days. This is the ninth day, which is pretty unbelievable. And this is basically like your mediumship upgrade program. This is a series that has so many elements and parts to it. So if you're jumping on, come and say hello and let me know. Is this your ninth live? Is this your ninth call? Like, how many calls have you been to, whether it's been live or replay? I would love to know. Oh, okay, just just making sure we are live. Yes, okay, cool. We've got some people here on the live. I always have my cell phone on as well. Okay, come and say hello. We've got Linda, Freya, Tanya, Eva. Hello. So good to have you guys all here. How are we going? Few days till Christmas. A lot of stuff is shifting within my voice. Oh my gosh, I've got to get my words back. A lot of stuff shifting within this new moon. This new moon in Sagittarius, if you're here at this time listening to this, has been so deep. And of course, the last full moon was, I can't even remember what that was in, but it was a super moon, and that was very, very charged as well. So we are just coming back from the energy of the full moon and this new moon. It is next level intense. Well, I'm finding it intense. How are you guys finding it? Okay, let me have a little look at the comments here. Hello, Helen, and hi, Jennifer, Sarah. So good to have you guys all here. So let me know, how are you guys going? Okay, fourth time I've been live. Been a hectic week. Well done, fourth live. That's pretty amazing. Good evening. Oh my goodness. Let me grab my cards and ask Spirit what cards we're going to be using today. Oh, definitely these ones and these ones. I like to play with different types of cards because it's like playing with different friends. Okay, so we've got the angel deck as well as the rose deck. We're going to be using these today. And let's talk about what we've been through in this series already. Week 1, just got my little whiteboard over here, was awareness. Okay, judgment versus awareness, ego, anxiety, fear, and how anxiety and fear are good if we go with the high expression of what they are and not always the lower expression, obviously. Okay, grounding was the second one. We went through all of the elements. I really took you through the activation of the fire, the air, the earth, and the wind, and how we can tune into our sacred self, our inner matrix. 3 was all about entities. It was all about protection. Your power is your greatest protection. And, putting around bubbles and praying and going, help me, help me, help me. Even if they have fear connected, they're not going to protect you, right? It's about your power of who you be. Loose boundaries in your human existence is loose boundaries in your spirit existence. Okay, 4 was all about the clears. So we went really deep into the clears, and I explained the nuances of the clears and also shared some of the experiences. By the way, all of these calls have had evidential mediumship in them. When spirit has come through, we've done oracle card readings, light language, activations, and spiritual teachings. Can I have a 111, please? Let's celebrate this. If you're jumping on, come and say hello. Let me know where you're from, and of course, how many of these sessions you've attended or watched. Okay, come on and say hello. Let's get this chat box going. It starts fueling my energy so I can read your vibration and get into the readings. Okay, so day 5 was spirit language, and I went really deep. We went really deep into the energy, the energetics, the flowing and the pulling, the expanding, the dropping in, how energy is our first language. Number 6 was raising your frequency, and of course we talked a lot about the collective, and I think we brought through the childhood stuff as well. Hello Autumn, hello Nicole, so happy to have you guys here. Emily, hi. Okay, cool. So then we went into discernment. And on that day, I went and did a 3-hour breathwork session here with this local healer who, with a whole bunch of my peers. It was so powerful. And the card I pulled was discernment. So that was really interesting. I was just talking to my mother-in-law. I've got family here for Christmas right now, and we were just talking about discernment, and so powerful, so powerful. So that was like a hard and fast, high vibrational, mind shifting session. And today, no, not today. Then day 8 was trusting your channel. We start talking about channeling, different ways that it works. It was quite out there. It was quite expansive yesterday. And a lot of people were like, what is going on? And I'm like, don't even think, just receive. Okay, learning all of that. Today is about reading energy. Reading energy. Have you ever had a gut knowing? And by the way, as you know, I thread through everything, threads through in these sessions. Okay, so it's all kind of me. One of my gifts in human design is expressing things, the same thing, in many different ways. And people will say to me, oh my God, I finally got what you were saying. But I got it in a different way, in a different way, in a different way, in a different way, in a different way. Okay. Have you ever had a gut knowing that something wasn't correct for you or something was correct for you and you didn't say no or you didn't say yes? Give me a 222 or a hell yes if you know what I'm talking about. We talked about this in a spirit language quite a bit as well. So that gut knowing, that reading of the energy is super important. To go even further beyond just the gut, not beyond, but in a different kind of viewpoint or perspective, is you walk into a room. I'm going to give you some evidence right now. You walk into a room and something is off, or someone is off. Something's off, or someone is off, or it's really freaking busy in here. You're reading the energy. So when I say comment, do an emoji, say hello. Where are you from? 111 222. I'm reading the energy. Even though I can barely see the comments, I'm just flicking on over here. I'm reading the energy of the vibration. So when I start to channel, trusting your channel, right, was yesterday, I'm trusting what is coming through. It's got no mind. I'm not trying to prove or persuade. I have not even created the session. I'm channeling, okay? So reading energy is a vibrational frequency thing. Sometimes it comes in the cognitive mind when we're like, oh, it doesn't feel quite right in here. Sometimes it comes into our conscious awareness. Give me a 333 if this is landing for you. But energetically, we just know when we're reading energy, we are naturally doing that. We do it all the time. Some people have got a repellent energy. You're like, oh, stay away from that person. Some people have got an inviting energy. This is called an aura. And you know what? There's actually more than one type of aura. They're not just one all big aura. No. Do you remember what I told you about monkeys? How can a monkey cut hair? Yes, they can, but every single person would have the same haircut. That was my bad metaphor yesterday, I think. Well, the same with auras. We're human beings and our auras are different. As a projector, my aura is penetrating. Now, if you don't know what human design is, don't worry about it. Just get the concept, okay? My aura is penetrating. So when you come here and you start commenting and you're flying me energy and you're going, hi, Beck, whether I see the comments or not, I'm reading your vibration. And my aura goes straight into your energy. And then I start reading what it is that you need, despite the fact that I don't know what I'm saying, how I'm saying, because I'm trusting my goddamn channel. Got it? It's not of the brain. I can't think myself conscious. I can't think myself psychic. I just am when I be. Got it? So, my aura is penetrating. Some people love it because I am, let me say, quite intense at times. Some people go, I don't think you're intense. And I'm like, that's because you're intense, or that's because you're a projector. Me and my sister, Rachel, we don't find each other intense because we're both projectors. We're both penetrative with our auras, right? So some people go, whoa, there was no invitation. Why did you just tell me that? Because I'm a projector. I'm a guide. I want to speak. The job of the aura that is penetrative is not to penetrate unless there's an invitation. It's called consent, right? Now, we've also got the generators and the mani-gens, and although I'm not going to go so much into human design, it's just the concept of the auras, the generator and the mani-gen have got big, beautiful, I say it's the big fat aura, and it's enveloping. It's like, I love you. Okay, I'm just generalizing because the mani-gens is slightly different, but they're big energies. They're big energies, and they respond. They respond, and people receive whatever it is they're responding to because their energy is big. They walk into a room, you're like, oh, hello, you've arrived. Here's your human, here's your energy, here's your human, here's your energy, right? And the projector comes in, and here is their human, and here's their energy. It's like if you want to wake up, go hang out with a projector. They will wake you up. They'll trigger the shit out of you or wake you up. So give me a 444 if this is resonating, if this is making sense. If it's not making sense, pop in the chat box. The mani-gen and the generator, which is 70% of the world, approximately, has got this nice big energy. And it is just powerful. And they walk into the room and the party is here. Or you're like, oh, fuck, there's a big fat elephant in the room, energetically, of course, and it feels really uncomfortable. Now, if someone is an emotional authority in human design and they're in a wave, like I know someone who's in a wave right now, I shall say no names. I can feel it. I feel it's like a prickly. I'm like, they're not even saying anything. They're just kind of smiling, and you're like, oh, it's like a prickly, stay away, stay away, stay away from me. Empaths feel other people's emotions. There's warning signs, whether it's prickles, whether it's repelling energy. Let's speak about the manifestor energy. The manifestor is only like around 8% of the world. And manifestors come to me and go, hey Vic, my client's like, I'm a manifestor in human design. And why do people just blatantly ignore me or turn around like they hate me? And I'm like, because you're repellent. Your aura is repellent because it tells you what is right for you and what is not right for you. And some people are like, oh, manifestor, oh my God, I love you. Can we be best friends? Repellent or attractive, depending on what is correct for you. That is that aura. Okay, so I just share this with you because when we're talking about reading energy, it means reading auras. Have you seen an aura? Have you felt an aura? Have you ever okay, Nicole's here, right? Nicole's here, prickly, she just put. And I'm at the supermarket yesterday because we live in the same town, and I'm just like, shum, there's Nicole. She's a projector. I can't feel her motor because I don't even know if you're an emotional or not, Nicole, I don't think you are. I couldn't feel her motor, but I just, shum, someone I know over there, walk past, hi Nicole. So I walk out of the supermarket. Or I turn, I'm like, oh, and you turn. Or what if someone's looking at you? If you stare at someone for long enough, even if they're behind you, if someone's staring at you and they're behind you, you feel like someone's looking at you, right? You turn around and you look. I did a YouTube video recently and I was talking about this. Make sure you check out my YouTube if you haven't. Everything is Awaken Victoria Bond, okay? So my IG, my podcast. My podcast is called $1 Million Medium, by the way, on Apple and all the things. But my YouTube is Awaken with Victoria Bond, and so is my Instagram. And I was talking about that. If you go to a party, and you're at this party and there's a ton of people, the boombox is going, and of course, you've just got people everywhere. And you're like, oh my gosh, there's a lot of people here. The generator walks in and goes, whoa, there's a lot of people here. The projector goes, oh shit, where's a double? I need somebody to cling on to, right? Anyway, you walk in and then someone's going, hey, Victoria, or Victoria, can you hear me? They're whispering it and they're staring at you. You can't hear them. You can't see them. And all of a sudden you turn and you're like, oh, hi. That's called reading energy. Now, one thing I do in Magnificent Mediumship is I put people into rooms with more than one person. And I always say, if you end up in a room with more than one person, there's 3 of you, this is kind of a bonus for you. Your readings are going to be shorter, but you get to be an observer, but you also get to read while there's somebody else in that room. and you get to hone into that person's energy and read their vibration. A lot of mediums go, oh, I can't have anyone next to me or next to you when you're reading because I'll get the readings crossed over. That never happens to me because I read the vibration of that person. I do penetrate into their aura, obviously, but we can fully focus intentionally on reading the vibration of another person. And we can bring in the skill set that I taught you guys about spirit language, flowing energy, pulling energy, expanding energy, right? There's a whole module of that in MM. So you can get people off their ass, you can get people paying you, you can get people leaving you alone. You can do whatever you want to do utilizing energy. Interesting. Reading energy is very similar to day 5 on spirit language, but it's really important when it comes to mediumship, because when we tune into spirit, we get to go into our senses. Yesterday with Freya's mum coming through. Freya's mum came through and I started reading the energy. So I was like, I'm going to do some evidential mediumship. Boom! I'm like, oh, Freya's mum is here. Okay, let's play this out. I'm not going to push, persuade, or convince. Who wants a card? I waited for Freya to say, oh, who wants a reading? And Freya said, yes. I was like, there's my permission slip. Because I'm a projector, I need the invitation, right? And then I was like, now show me what else. Now show me what else. I was reading her vibration. Okay? Reading energy. So let's do a card. Who wants a card for the collective? Give me a yes, ma'am. Someone must say ma'am here because I'm saying to read the vibration. So I love being here so much. It makes me so happy. Okay. Trees have auras. Yes, yes. Hey, Leah. How are you, my friend? Hi, Trina. Trees have auras. Animals. I mean, everything has an aura, really. Everything has a consciousness of some type. Even this mouse has an aura, really, because it's been made up of things. It has a consciousness. This drink bottle does. This drink bottle really does, because I tell you what, I'm so sick and tired of sharing my Stanley with my kids. It's like the communal Stanley. Oh my God. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I've never said that in my life. Yes, please, is the New Zealander. Okay, so this is for the collective. And before we do this, okay, Spirit's just telling me, can we take a nice deep breath in, please? And then breathe out. Breathing in, scooping up the energy. And breathing out and down. A bit dramatic, but that's how I'm feeling. And relaxing your jaw, relaxing your belly, relaxing your hips. Okay. Angel of Enlightenment. This is the card, and it's really interesting as we're going through this 12-day series, Spirit Season, because it is a season where Spirit is around. It's so beautiful. Oh, the 3s have been coming through for me today as well. So we've got a 3-3 there. Trusting the energy and the vibration, and I trust Spirit and what Spirit brings through more than what I trust that people say with their mouths. People lie. I know that sounds really negative and dark, but people do lie, and they don't even know they're lying. That's the thing, is people don't know they're lying, or they don't know that they've got a warped perspective, or they're functioning from we don't realize that we're functioning from a condition sometimes, a programming, which I'll give you an example of. But Angel of Enlightenment is being in awareness, which you would have heard me say so much, being your conscious awareness. Yesterday, I took my dog for a walk. My dog is an American Staffy, and he's very much my dog. He chose me, and for the last 5 years, I've been experiencing pretty extreme anxiety, experiencing it around my dog. So I started tapping into the energy of like, why? Why do I just, when you go like kind of blank, you go unconscious, and you're just like tunnel vision. Have you ever experienced that? And so when it comes to my dog barking or doing anything that's not perfect, the anxiety goes up, and I don't trust him and he doesn't trust me. And American Staffies, if you understand that breed, are hypersensitive, and I'm a hypersensitive human being because I can read energy so well that it can, we talked about empaths yesterday, right? So if you're an empath, it can riddle you, and that is the lower expression of an empath. The higher expression is I can feel it, I can see it, I can read it, I can let it go. Okay, give me what are we up to? A 444. If this is resonating with you, have we done the fours yet? No, give me a 555 because we're up to change. Okay, there's a reason why we do the ones, twos, threes, four, all the way up to 1. So my dog, coming back into this, I thought it was a wrongness that I can't handle my dog or I can't manage my dog because I get overridden. But if I bring in the angel of enlightenment, I can actually see that my anxiety is telling me something. The experience of anxiety is telling me something, okay? And yesterday we went to the beach. I took my mother-in-law to the beach with my daughter. And I said to her, I have to warn you, I experience anxiety on the beach with my dog if there's any loose dogs around, because I don't know if my dog's going to be reactive or he's going to be some type of reactive. He's going to play massively, but what if it ends up being a fight? Like, I just don't have that amount of trust in myself or him. That's what I'm building up on. It is so amplified. So I'm explaining this to my mother-in-law, stepmother-in-law, and she's like, okay. And of course, there was dogs on the loose. And of course, they tried to play with my dog. And of course, my dog went nuts because all he wanted to do was play. And everything was amplified. So I stayed calm. I stuck to my rules that Kayla, my dog trainer / friend, has taught me. And I literally was like, get that dog away from me. It's this beautiful lab, just wanted to play. I'm like, get that dog away from me. So my daughter is like, come on, doggy, diverting the dog. My dog is going, I just want to play, going psycho. The anxiety is amplified. And I said to my mother-in-law afterwards, I said, you know what? It's so amplified, the energy, and I know it's not real because my dog and him being a puppy is connected to postnatal depression from many, 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 many years ago, from over 10 years ago. So I'm cleaning up the postnatal depression, the residue of that, the anxiety connected to that, and learning how to trust myself again through my American Staffy. So he is a guide here to help me. So why do I share this big, crazy story? Like, what is going on, Victoria? What is the point here? The point is that energy, when we're reading energy, can be super, super heightened with scenarios because it's not about the scenario. It's about all of the lead up. So this can be with Christmas. This can be with selling a house. This could be with money. This could be with someone saying something. Why do people get road rage? That motherfucker! Rah, rah, rah. And all he did was get a little bit too close to you. It's not about the situation. It's about the residue of in a psychological viewpoint. So when we are reading energy, we've got to see beyond what we're seeing or hearing. People lie and say they're okay when you know they're not. You know when you say, how are you? And everyone goes, I'm great. I'm so good. And you're like, all I feel is that person crying inside. Have you guys ever experienced that? When we're being mediums, we've got to read beyond what is being seen, what is being shown to us. And then what we do when we help to unlock, when we're being mediums, we're helping to heal people because we're helping to bring up things to the surface. And sometimes it can be trauma. For me, I'm experiencing the trauma from the past that's coming up now to be healed. And it comes in the form of training my dog. Sounds crazy, but it's true. Give me a 666 or a making sense tracking. Maybe give me a tracking. We'll do the 666 for another activation. Give me a tracking if this is making sense to you. When have you been overreactive or really intense and you're like, I'm kind of overreacting? for the scenario. Reading the energy and observing it, taking a step back and going, what is actually going on here? So when it comes to mediumship, when you're thinking about ghosts and spirits, I have people that shrink into a little tiny child in front of me and they're like, Mommy, I'm scared. And I'm like, you're a 50-year-old woman. What are you afraid of? Like if that was a linear experience. But the truth is they're scared because they're coming from the viewpoint of a little child who's been conditioned and programmed from society or from what they've seen and then what someone told them that they saw what they didn't see to make them wrong. Give me a 666 to rewind, revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, and renounce and denounce all oaths, fealties, and contracts throughout all time, space, and dimensions connected to that. Jeepers. Jeepers, jeepers, jeepers. Jesus. I'm glad it's making sense to you guys. Definitely similar to how I felt with my dog. Oh, I'm so glad you're coming into MM. Whew. Okay, my beautiful client, Miriam, made this. I love it. Clean that aura. Clean that aura. Remember the dismantling. Dismantle all of the fuckery. Don't kick me on Facebook. Okay. Another thing was, another little story, and then I'll pull some more cards, is I stay in a motel room with my sister. I may have told you guys this story. I'm staying in a motel. There's a bedroom and then there's an open studio part. I walk in. I've just been in a silent retreat, so we wanted to down-regulate before we came back into society. I walked in and she said, you can have the room. I opened the room. I said, hell no, I'm not going in that room. Even though I'm nothing scares me at all when it comes to entities. Humans scare me because of the psychology. Entities don't scare me because I'm the strongest entity in my reality. So I walk in, I'm like, ooh, no. And she said, you can sleep with me. I'm like, yeah, great. She's a projector, so we sleep really well next to each other because we can't really feel each other's energy because we don't have any motives. And anyway, I'm lying there in bed with her and my brain is going, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. You've just come out of a silent retreat. What the hell is going on, Victoria? I was like, whoa, mind chatter. Sign, it's a symptom of spirit when there's mind chatter. So I'm like, holy shit. I'm lying there, not even thinking about spirits being around. I'm just in my own energy. And then my sister goes, Victoria, where are you? I was like, I'm right next to you. And she's like, oh shit, turn on the light. There's a woman standing over me. So as a middle-aged woman, she's like, yes. And I was like, oh, I can feel her too now. So we turned on the light and we realized this place has never been cleared. There was so much residue, which I call ghosts in the spirit world. And there was also spirits. It was like a railway station. And it's like I was just watching these trains go by and these portals and these spirits. And I was trying to sleep amongst that. Cleared the place. Did not like the icky energy in it. And then went to sleep. But I was scared. That's my point. I was scared. Here I am. I'm a ghostbuster. I'm a goddamn demon slayer. Put that down in the chat box. I am a demon slayer. Let's claim that shit. 777. I am a demon slayer. Ooh, pop that down. I want to see how that shifts your energy. And I was like, lying there in bed before she said, turn on the light. There's a ghost over me. And I was like, oh no. And I got scared. And I probably told you the story in this series because I know I've repeated it a few times. So I'm lying there and I'm like, oh my God, I'm scared. There's a ghost. And I was like, had this little voice saying, remember who you are, woman. So I stood up, turned on the light, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, I'm a demon slayer, that's right. Okay, anything, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here, I need to sleep. And take your residue with you, okay? Go to the white light. See you later, have fun. I'm a demon slayer. I wonder if he was brave enough to say that. Yes. Okay, cool. So there's some stories for you. Okay, my uncle passed away last night. 11 o'clock last night. I'm going to tell you this story as well because it's what's real with me and I want to be as authentic and real with you as possible. My mum's brother died last night at 11 o'clock and at about 10:30, quarter to 11, I started feeling sad. Now, I'm not too sad about death. I don't believe in death. I just know it's the body, but the human goes through an experience. I knew my uncle was passing, and he's been sick for quite a while. And my mum and my sisters and my auntie were with my uncle like 10 o'clock last night, about 10:30, quarter to 11. I felt this deep sadness, and I said to my husband, my uncle, he's passing now, and I was like, and I feel sad. That's all I said. He didn't say anything. And I was like, okay. And then all of a sudden I get another one bites the dust. I can't even sing it. Another one bites the dust, and another one, another one. And all of a sudden I just wanted to dance. I was like, oh my God, this is so bad. Another one bites the dust? Come on, spirit. Like, you're going to, my uncle's dying, and another one bites it. Queen is playing. And I was like so alive in my body. I just want to be, another one bites the dust. Ah! Yeah, I just wanted to turn it on. I was like, shh, don't be so rude. I go to bed. I didn't know my uncle had died. I honestly didn't. I go to bed and I'm lying there, and I decide to sleep with CJ. I think I slept with CJ last night. I decided to sleep with CJ. That's where I felt nice and grounded, because he's a non-emotional. So I wanted to make sure my aura was clean for today, for our call. And this morning, my sister, I get a message saying he passed away at 11 o'clock after she had just been with him, after my family had been with him. They'd opened the door, they'd played lots of music because he loved dancing, he loved rock and roll. I actually wore my rock and roll skirt today because he loved rock and roll. And it was his, he loved it. He never had children, never got married. Anyway, he was psychic as fuck, by the way. But Catholic and psychic seems to be a trend in our family. And this morning I messaged her and I said, oh man, the craziest thing happened. I felt sad, but also another one bites the dust. Queen came on. And Luke had been looking at me like, what is wrong with you, you psychopath? And my sister, she goes, oh my God, you're not going to believe it. She's actually heading to me right now. She's probably about an hour or two away. And she said, we jumped in the camper van, or the caravan today, or, you know, whatever, they're traveling up. And on the radio, another one bites the dust. Queen was on first thing this morning, and we cranked it up. Thank you, Spirit. Reading the vibration, reading the energy. I woke up and I made the bed, and there was a little feather under the pillow. There was a massive rainbow. Yesterday in the sky, my sisters were sending me photos. And then today I had my coffee and I realized there was a massive rainbow on my coffee cup. The card that I pulled myself today had a rainbow on it, okay? So signs and synchronicities and everything, just reading vibration, reading energy. It's kind of quiet. It's kind of nuanced. And then when you look back at the path, you can see how it all connected together. But you can't see that when you're looking forward. You can only see that when you're looking back, when it comes to actually piecing it all together. And sometimes reading the vibration starts to get momentum. And then it all kind of comes out. Okay, so that's what happens in readings. It's like reading a story. Okay, gosh, I'm doing a lot of talking today. I've got chills. Celebration. Yeah, okay. So I'm feeling, like sad today. Sad and regulated and happy and centered and all sorts of things. And really don't know how I feel. And I think sometimes not knowing how we feel is okay. And the coolest thing about my uncle is he had a twin brother called Peter. So there was Peter and Paul, two little dicky birds sitting on the fence or whatever wall. One named Peter, one named Paul. Did you guys ever do that? Fly away, Peter. Fly away, Paul. Come back, Peter. Come back, Paul. I hope none of my sisters or anyone are watching this. I'd be so cringe right now. My uncle gets to be with his twin brother again. And my uncle, my whole family is so psychic. My uncle used to see spirit all the time and tell us these kind of crazy stories. Angel of Healing. This is a card for you. Okay. What healing do you require now? And what has been coming up in this moon energy, in this end of the 9-year energy that needs to be looked at? Here is the thing, reading the energy, but not what you think it should be. I didn't realize I had any residue from postnatal depression from over 10 years ago, and that it's coming out in my dog to heal me. Like, it doesn't even make sense. You know, so what are you healing that if you allowed, healed, and you surrendered to would change everything instantaneously and help you to ascend? We don't have to wait until we die till we ascend. We can ascend again and again and again and again and again when we drop all identity of who we think we are. Are you ready to heal? Give me an 888 for the healing energy of the angels, okay? I'm going to see if there's any evidential mediumship. Oh, Spirit is coming through. Just have to check in with my capacity as well. Okay, this is another one for the collective. These cards are so beautiful. Angel of Creativity. Was it yesterday, you guys, when we talked a lot about the sacral? What one was that? We talked a lot about the sacral, and there was like orange, 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 orange. It must be in the last few days anyway, obviously. Art, creativity. My daughter has been spending a little bit of time at home, which I love because we're anchoring into our new home space. I'm playing the drums around. I'm clearing the vibration in the space because my friend goes, "Have you done a big clearing in your house yet?" And I'm like, "No." And she's like, "You probably should." I'm like, "Good idea." So it's got the residue in the walls of everybody else who's lived here, including the man who passed away, whose house it was, who got me the house. Anyway, my daughter has been creating. It actually looks like my daughter creating and painting and moving and playing. And how can we bring in the energy of creativity, of play? Again, it's coming back to that child self, coming back to that sacral energy. So what does that mean for you? How do you get to play and express yourself? And Spirit is coming through and saying, when we are having our Christmas dinners with people, this is a little psychology for you. Sometimes we tend, something I'm repeating, because I know I've said this, we tend to repeat the old identity that we were portraying, that mask, like the last time we were with that person, or we tend to go back into that inner child where we're wanting validation, or we start people pleasing or proving or doing certain things for love. It's really huge around Christmas. We sometimes forget who we now are, and we can fall back into patterns. Give me a 999 to conquer this, to transmute, transform, and transcend this throughout all time, space, and dimension, so we can show up as the higher vibration of ourselves, and whatever that means, not to appease by falling and playing into an identity that we've always been when we're around family and friends, but to show up with a fresh new chapter. No proving, persuading, no people pleasing, just purity in all connections with an open heart and a curiosity. Give me a 9999999, or just get a 999 will do, to anchor that in. Oh, and again, the card here on top. The card here on top, the Angel of Release. We've got the balloons. We've got the blonde-haired girl again. It's really, I'm just seeing my daughter a lot. And I know I'm seeing my nieces and my sister, and they're all blondies as well. So I've got a lot of blondies coming through. How can I play? How can I be? You know, my sister is a Manny Gen. She's a couple of years younger than me, and she oozes play. Everywhere I go in this country, people go, "Oh my gosh, I had a reading with your sister yesterday. Amanda. She's a fantastic reader." Some people don't even know we're sisters, and she's reads for the whole of New Zealand. I love it. Life, dream, believe, love, stress, healing. What if you just let it all go? Anything that no longer serves you, let it go unapologetically. I love that. Rhonda's like, 9999999. Yeah. What if we gave it up to the angels? What if we prayed from a space of love, a space of power, a space of, I am the strongest entity in my reality. I'm the creator of my reality. And sometimes today I'm a little bit sad. A little bit sad. And I can't tell you why. I mean, I can. My uncle died. But like, even cognitively, I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. It's good that he passed away. You know, it's good that he's no longer in pain. It's good, but it's a felt sense in my body because something has changed in my ancestral lineage. Another one bites the dust. What if we just were with what we feel? And we didn't make it real. We didn't make it solid or dense. We didn't make it our personality. Okay, I'm obsessed with psychology. So, okay, let's see. Okay, we don't have long. So, here's another one for the collective. Oh, and then I'm going to do a reading for an individual. I think I know who it is, but we're going to see. Okay. Yep. Thanks. Parking angel. Do you know what this is telling me? By the way, can you guys tell me, do you use angels to park? Give me a yes and give me a no. Because I have done it my whole life. I drive along, I'm like, there's no parks. There's never any parks. Well, so it shall be. So it is true, right? Changed my mindset. I was like, I always get parks and they're always close and they're always easy. Angels, find me a park. My kids know this because from when they could talk about angels, find us a park. Angels, find us a park. What is your rule with parking? I'd love to know. Pop in the chat. But what Spirit is trying to say here is these big things, right? Big traumas and little traumas. And sometimes there's just, hi angels, how's it going? Thank you for the little feather today. Like we're using these angel cards today. They're really, really beautiful. Sometimes it's like, hi angels, can you help me with the park? Thank you. Always say thank you. Always be grateful. Always be receptive if you can. And if you can't, then be willing. Okay? I want you to write that down now. I'm willing to be receptive. And this is what I teach when I coach is like being willing. Be willing to be available. Be willing to receive. When I say receive, 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 if someone was like, receive the love, receive the love, receive the love, we'd be like, hello, reading energy. That's what we're talking about. But if you're like, would you like to receive it? You can't make someone hug you and receive it. You can't make someone be grateful. You know, even controlling narcissistic violent people cannot make anyone do anything spiritually. Sticks and stones break my bones, but names will never hurt me, because it's all about how you work with things. When you're reading energy, I know I'm diverting and going back into the depth. We're going through a big journey right now. When you are reading energy, you've got to trust the feeling, and then you've got to name it. I'm feeling this way. I'm experiencing this. The postnatal depression or the anxiety is not who I am. It's just an experience. I'm feeling a sadness. It's not that I am a sad person. I'm experiencing a sadness because someone died. And I can feel the collective of the sadness, the residue. It's not only mine, right? It's everybody else's, which makes me human, because I'm always reading the energy. We read collective energy. How's this resonating with you guys? Is this landing? Who needed to hear this today? There's a lot of releasing coming on as well. Okay, cool. Who am I going to read for? If you want a card pulled, pop in the chat box. So I do have a male here right now. Whew, okay, so this male, I'm just going to speak into this because I know the person's here, is a little bit restless. A little bit restless. Is it ADHD? Is it restless? It's on the move. Just going to wait for the to come in and see if this person is here. Okay, yeah, I think this person is here. Okay, I'm just pulling 3 cards. Okay, so Nicole, it might be your dad that's here. So I'm just seeing if Nicole's here. Nicole is here, okay. And Nicole has got like a tribe of children, so she jumps off. Of course, there's never any judgment. Not that I'd ever judge. I feel like your dad is close. Have you been feeling your dad close recently? I've got goosebumps around me, or on me, I should say, on my left-hand side. I'm seeing your son coming forward. Was your dad quite like Kingsley? I'm gonna try not to cry. Your dad is somewhat of your guardian angel. Do you know this? Let me know. And he's very proud of you. You're doing a really, really good job. He can see that I'm getting he's saying that you need more help. Now, this is coming from him, so I don't know if this is true or not. And the thing is, I know there's only so much people can help you because you're the mum, right? You're the mum. You can't have duplicate mums. You really can't. Like, you're it, right? So whether your kid is 1 or whether your kid is 19, there's all these different variations of ages that you have within your tribe. But your dad comes through and he puts his arms around you, and he's like, you're going to get through this. Everything is working for you. Keep your standard high in all that you do. Rest is coming forward hugely. And I know that's sometimes quite impossible when all you want to do is go to sleep, but you've got like, many mouths to feed, and you're going to get up and cook dinner. You're going to sleep, right? But it's really about asking for, it's about receiving help from the spirit world, receiving energy. And do you guys remember when I was talking about the contribution? Was that yesterday? And trusting your channel, and all of a sudden I just got energy, and I was like, what the hell? And all of a sudden I was binding all those folders. I believe that was yesterday. So when spirit wants to contribute to you, and the way your dad will contribute will be through energy. He doesn't want you to, this is just what he's saying, he's a chatter, and he's quite he's very active. So let me know if this is resonating with you, please. I just want to make sure I am actually reading your dad. I can see him, and I can see you, and I can see your family. So I feel like it is relevant. So he contributes through energy, but he doesn't want you to feel sad when you think about him. I feel like when you think about him, you get great sadness. It's nearly like, I miss him. And straight up, my dad is Earthside, so I have not experienced the loss of a parent, and I have no idea the depths of what that is. And it's nearly like what I'm sensing is that grieving, it doesn't ever go. It just kind of softens a little bit as time goes on, because we have to keep living our life. And he is a real advocate of you living your life, of you making healthy choices for yourself. Very much so. And this is a part of your pathway of raising your vibration. He knows, they know, yes. My dad and my grandfather. It's my dad and grandfather. Okay, just reading, making sure this is, yep. So making sure it's for you, which it is, but I'd like to have that evidence. So he's quite high. So I mean, meaning like some people are right here, some people are like close. He's kind of up here in the corner, like full front and center, but over here, watching. So do you ever like kind of look up to the my dad? Yeah, and a funny fella, but also I feel like he couldn't stop. He was always on the move. Can you let me know if that part resonates, please? Okay. Yeah, so he's your guardian angel. You're going through some healing with him. So have you been thinking about him, feeling him, missing him recently? Or has he had like a birthday or something coming up? And is he like Kingsley? So let me know, because I am seeing Kingsley a lot, your son. And maybe they look alike. There's something, because you've got more than one boy, but there's something to do with those two. And it could be, and there's something, my throat's going as well. Okay. The waters, they can sometimes feel rough. They can sometimes, what the hell is going on? I'm on a freaking ship. The water's coming in. What am I going to do? Sometimes your life might feel like it's just a bit rocky. And, this is parenthood, of course. But just know, just like I'm seeing stories from the Bible, like moving the oceans and walking on through, when you have spirit on your side, when you realize that you're a spirit, and when you realize everything is so much higher than of the mind, it's higher, where you get to access enlightenment, and you get to have faith and love and hope, the three main pillars of enlightenment. You realize that it doesn't matter what is happening around you. There's a beauty in all waters, the sparkle, the magic, the crashing of the wave, the in and the out. Yeah, he was always on the move, very much so, feeling into him. He looks so much like him. My son talked about wanting to go back to our farm. Yeah. So he's sending his love, and he'll be watching. He loves watching his grandchildren open presents. He loves the chaos of the big family. he just loves it. I'm just seeing the ripping of the presents. I think your kids probably just all rip them up. It's a whole lounge. It's very loud. It's just very crazy. I know. I'm from a family just like it. Yeah, and I'm really feeling that sadness, and it's okay to be sad. It's okay to sit with it. It's okay to name it, and it's okay to put a smile on your face and keep fucking going. And you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. Yeah, sending you so much love. And he's off now. He's like, yep, thank you. You conveyed my message, and it's just that reminder. Just that reminder. Very beautiful. And he's now sending warmth, because the funny thing is the sun's just come out and I can feel the sun is nowhere near me, but I can feel the warmth of the sun like kissing the side of my body. Yeah, and he's gone. Beautiful. You're so welcome. Okay, I'm going to do one more card, an oracle card for somebody here. Okay, so if you want a card pulled, let me know in the comments. Could you guys feel Nicole's dad? It's funny how they've been coming through before. I'm like, oh, there's a person here. Oh, okay. Theodona, so beautiful for you, Nicole. Celebrating you and your love. Connection with your dad very much resonates. Or resonates for me too. Okay. Rhonda, Spirit has, you've popped out. Temple of the Rose, Ancient Power, Expression, Activation, and Scarlet Codes. So Rhonda, what I'm getting for you is the energy of Magdalene. So I'm not sure if you've been brought up with religion or the femininity, or I have no idea who you are, what you do, or anything that I know of. Maybe I do know you. But what I'm really sensing is bringing in, I feel like you are already quite feminine, but bringing in the feminine energy, and that doesn't mean necessarily wearing skirts and wearing beautiful pink lips and perfumes, which it can be very feminine. That's just one expression. This is more about having faith and allowing yourself to flow with the feminine creativity, going back to that sacral, and I feel a softness within you. I feel a whole lot of love. Let me know if this is resonating for you. And this is really about whether you've got a very spiritual element to you. So whether you're aware of this or not, because sometimes we have conscious and unconscious. When you come into your creativity, when you come into your sensual, sacred sexuality, tantra practices, all this type of stuff, and you come into this from the yoni all the way up through the heart, the throat, the third eye, and out the top, this is how you manifest, okay? So a practice you can do is you can actually look at a rose, you can stare at a rose, you can smell a rose, you can come into the senses, and then you can start projecting out energetically of what it is that you want to create, and then you will receive very quickly if you are being receptive in your feminine. So this is definitely a little bit of a different channel coming through, and it always comes from the Christ consciousness when it's of the Magdalene, of the Marys, of the collective, of the feminine, and I'm getting this connection going all the way back to the time, to that Christ consciousness, to that time of where the feminine energy was seen as the wisdom, when the bleed was celebrated and the power was seen. And this is the energy you, a soul stream of yours, is bringing through. So let me know, Rhonda, if you have children. Let me know how this is resonating with you. And this is the rose deck. So you can see this side, that's the beautiful back. And this is, oh, knock me. This is the front here. So if you have daughters, you're carrying this on, and they don't have to be physical daughters either. You know, we pass this on to all the sister goddesses around us. I'm feeling a lot of sister goddess energy, a lot of activated goddess codes, the roses, the Magdalene. Hello, Katie. Very, very perfect timing with the Magdalene. Yeah. So let me know how that resonates with you, Rhonda. Sometimes people might go, oh, that's really weird. That kind of doesn't resonate or it's not landing yet. But quite often these are future things that come in and you go, now I understand. And sometimes it's many years later. So that is the card there for you, Rhonda. So, so beautiful. This deck is beautiful. I was actually looking, yes, I have one daughter. Yeah, okay, beautiful. So receptivity, opening that up, the divine feminine, and looking into goddesses and stuff. That's very much a thread, a soul thread that if you haven't activated already, will be activating now for sure. So I was looking for my Mary Magdalene cards. I've got the, I love Mary Magdalene Revealed from Megan Waterson. And it's like my Bible. I just love it so much. I cried and I cried and I cried and I went through a big rebirth and I created my program Reborn whilst I was reading and being activated by that. And I had some cards and my cards have completely disappeared. So I'm really hoping that they have found I probably left them at the beach or somewhere. I really hope that they've found a really beautiful place. Okay, this is for all of you, okay? We brought in these Magdalene codes today, which is so beautiful because I've been sitting with that all morning. And of course, my uncle passed at 11 o'clock last night, which wasn't, that was 13 hours ago. My uncle, my mum's brother, passed away. There's no more males on that side of the family in that generation. So now it's the matriarch all the way, and my uncle, very, very Catholic family. And of course, Christ consciousness is connected to that. Not necessarily in a religious sense, well, it is in the Catholicism, but for me and my sisters, we work with the Magdalene codes, we work with the Christ consciousness, we work with the 13th dimension, we work with the Ascended Masters and all that type of stuff. And we've just brought in all of this energy and unlocked the conditioning around it. And this is what I invite you guys to do as well. Whatever floats your boat and whatever way you want to perceive, whatever any way you want to worship, any way you want to pray or set intentions, or consciousness is my God, consciousness, the beach is my God, my church is literally my temple. And any way we want to play in many different ways is perfect as long as it's coming from our heart, as long as it's coming from our soul seat. There's not a right way. So this is in honor of my uncle passing. He's so with me, and so is the portal's been open, and I've got like my whole side of my family with me. So I feel very full at the moment of people. So this is the anointed. Answer the call, leadership, empowerment, soul gifts. Your ancestors gifted you things. Even if you feel like they gifted you a whole lot of shit, which often we think, thanks for the religion, thanks for the patriarchy, thanks for the drama or the scarcity patterns. Do you guys understand what I'm saying here? We get to flip it and go, thank you, because you helped me to evolve to the conscious being that I'm truly choosing to be throughout all time, space, and dimensions. Without you, I couldn't have done this, no matter what came from your background. Can I have a 1-1-1-1? Have we even done the nines? Can I have a 1-1-1-1 to activate this, please? A 1-1-1-1. Yes, we're up to the 1-1-1-1. Spirit just effortless makes this happen, okay? You are officially anointed as we bring these rose codes in, as we bring the Magdalene codes in, as we bring the Christ consciousness, the 13th dimension, the angelic realms. We open up with pure love and compassion, using discernment, using what you've learned here in this series, which is basically an advanced program. Threads of Magnificent Mediumship. I must tell you, I'm also opening clarity calls for tomorrow. If you have been sitting on the fence about Magnificent Mediumship, I'll send an email out later, I'm sure, when I get around to talking to my team. If you have been sitting on the fence about doing Magnificent Mediumship, currently it is 4444 USD. It is a 3-month program. We have got a payment plan. If you want to invest your time and energy into expanding your consciousness, as well as tuning into your gifts, doing some mediumship and learning more, this is a little tickle, this is a little teaser of what is, then yeah, comment I'm in and I can send you through the link. Otherwise, we will send out an email later. So today has been all about trusting your channel, which, being human, we are very imperfect and we're also always tripping over ourselves. I know I am. We've had Spirit come through today. Nicole's father came through, which is so powerful. We've had some rose codes that Rhonda has brought through, and I have been able to read for all of you as a collective. Thank you for being here. Joy, enlightenment, life force, success, vitality, and play. We're going to leave that on here. And this is what happens when you read energy. As you can see, we've been going through a process. We've been unlocking from the root all the way up. And as we come through the next 3 days, because we're on day 9, we've got 3 days left. Perfect timing. My husband and the whole family's just got home in a golden truck. When we got the rose there in the middle. When we go up, we are healing and unlocking and healing and unlocking and healing and unlocking, and we come to a place of transcendence, which isn't a place of need or want or persuade. It's a place of just being. It's not a place of I'm so high, and it's not a place of I'm so low. It's just a place of I am. And this is the invitation I have for you, is to expand your conscious awareness. I'm not here for party tricks, although they are fun. I'm here for evolution. And I'm so glad that you've been here with me to experience this. Okay, beautiful. Thank you for being here. Here is your last card, the Sun, always so lovely. Remember, you can go check me out on all my other free channels. We've also got 12 Steps of Mediumship Mastery, which is a $12 program, and my spiritual membership, which is $22 a week if you want to go deeper. Otherwise, keep showing up, keep enjoying, and I'll see you guys real soon. Lots of love. Bye for now.